Hello and welcome. This is rooflemonger, and my friends, this is the Choose a Main guide for Invincible versus the latest 3 versus 3 fighting game based on the Invincible comic franchise. And we're going to be going through every character in the game. There's quite a few characters, and basically I'm just going to give you an overview on just everyone, how they work, what they're all about, just so you can understand what the game is all about and help you build your perfect team of invincible characters. Now, assuredly, this is going to be a longer video, so I'll have timestamps everywhere, so skip forward to the characters you're interested in and you want to see how they play in the game. We got a wide variety of play styles. Like, we have people who are more zoner, more screen control. We got, mix-up masters that'll make you be guessing high and low for your life. We got big bully characters. We got some grapplers. Like, we got all the usual fighting game flair and a lot of wide varieties. The one thing I'd say versus this game versus some of the most other fighting games out there is the mobility is very high. Like, yeah, we got some slow boys. Battle Beast isn't exactly going to be setting some speed records, but a shockingly large chunk of the cast has a lot of aerial mobility that is going to be more rare in other fighting games. That's more the standard here. Like things like 8-way air dashes and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of the cast can really move. But yeah, that said, we're just going to start at the start here, and let's start with our boy.
Yeah, how you like this? Just fucking die!
So let's start with Invincible, Mark, as we call him in the biz. It's sort of his game, and it is his game in a lot of ways, because he's good at just about everything this game would ask from you. He's quick, he's got the 8-way air dash movement, he's very mobile, double jumps, all that kind of fun stuff. Incredibly fast boosted dashes. That's dashes that you can spend meter on in this game. Just quick and effective. Speaking of the movement, just for some basic stuff, a lot of people have unique air normals. He has a down medium, and this is just really nasty, easy instant cross up to use with those air dashes, which is good. But let's talk some of his special moves. So Mark just is good at everything in the game. Like his rushing punch, his lunging punch special, right? So just by itself, it goes like half the screen, which is really good. Also happens to be safe on block, which is excellent. And depending on how far away you hit it, you can get a good amount of pushback on that as well. So that's handy. So pretty low risk to just toss out, right? And one of the things about the game is you can cancel specials in the normals. So I can just toss out this punch and go right into stand heavy. In fact, if I just want a silly combo structure, I can just keep putting these into each other, right? So you can just basically have a combo starter from half screen on demand. So you can just rush in and then just keep on going, because that's just how the game works. And on block, oh well, you're basically safe. So it's almost a free in whenever you want. And if it connects, great. Let's get some combos going, right? Like you can just kind of do whatever you want. So there's really easy, powerful offense out of the gate. And that's just one special. So another special, which I'm going to talk about in normal first, is Crouch Medium. So Crouch Medium is a very low profile advancing low. And this is a true low. So if you're blocking, you do got to block this low, right? So depending on some moves, you might be able to go under some moves. But so, okay, we have this long range low that can start combos. That's great, right? Combine it from the fact from roughly the range this hits at, the other special move he has, this is an overhead. This is a true overhead. And basically, the low, okay, combo starter, the overhead bounces the opponent, and as long as you're quick enough to follow in after the fact, that's also a combo starter. So you can do a lot of stuff with this, right? So basically, he has guess high, guess low from a pretty good distance away. He doesn't even have to be in your face to force like coin flip 50-50 mix-ups. So on top of him, like having that good air movement, just having just solid normals, like he has a really solid range on all the stuff here, he can just make you guess over and over and over. And in a high-paced, frantic game with like very quick movement, guessing is scary, and he can make you do exactly that. And then just kind of round out everything, right? He's an all-rounder to a degree. He's the hero, so he's got an uppercut, right? It's not a uppercut in like the Street Fighter sense, and it's fully invincible to everything. So you can see here, Anissa's attacking me, and like it says counter, so I'm getting hit out of it, right? So it's not invincible out of the gate, but it can be invincible to jumping attacks. So if people are a little too airborne, and this game is a lot of air mobility, a lot of air contact, right? So having a move that's invincible to air attacks is really good. And then of course you can enhance moves, right? So the lunge punch, which is the combo starter for most of the screen, the enhanced version is basically just, it is the full screen, just on demand, gotcha kind of move. The overhead hits from even further away and just ground bounces by itself. So there's a lot less stress on making sure you get the combo ability down. And the uppercut also has a bounce associated with it. After which you can bounce them and then just do kind of whatever combos you can dream up. Because that's this game. That's how this game sort of works, right? Combo freedom is very, very high. But yeah, Mark's not too complex. Just high mobility, easy, guess 50-50 option offense, and just attack, 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 high mobility, high speed. His assists are average at best. The back assist is just kind of a bounce. The forward assist is not bad at all. It's the kind of like Bardock's Lariat from Dragon Ball. So long range, not a lot of hits done, but if you need something from full screen to put a body out there, it is really good at that. But yeah, overall, Invincible, if you're just like newer to fighting games, just easy basic combo structure, very easy to work with, really can't go wrong.
I have ended you! I see it all now. Every single molecule.
So Adam Eve is one of the game's zoners. So she's another character that has 8-way air movement for air dashes. Although she can also just actually fly, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So air mobility, not fast like say Invincible, but she definitely has the options to work with. So she's the game's, or one of the game's zoners, in that she has a pretty bog standard projectile. Not many characters have a lot of projectiles. As Invincible, you know, people punch each other in the face, right? But she does, and it's nice because for the aerial version especially, has very aggressive downward angles. So, okay, Fireball, makes sense, right? Okay, couple this with the fact she has gigantic normals. Like, this is just stand heavy. This hits from like half the screen away, and yes, it is special cancelable in the, you know, various moves, right? And also, right there, that's the enhanced Fireball. So much bigger, and if you are close to the wall, it will wall bounce, or rather if they are. So mid-screen not so much, but they're near the wall, it bounces. So you can hit them with a projectile and then like boost dash in and just get combos going. You can do a lot of stuff, right? So it's very powerful, although it does take meter naturally enough, but you know, another strong zoning tool. So, okay, projectiles, stand heavies jacked up, and this is all the stand heavies and jump heavies and everything, like just huge range. But it's not just the heavies, like medium. Charge, holding, standing medium, has gigantic range. Like again, another half screen range. Like say you're fool enough to get hit by this. A lot of the charge mediums have a crumple. If you're crumpled, do a snapback, boom, scene shift. And then all of a sudden they're locked out of their assist. Like it's a major advantage for you, and her stand medium with that crumple, she's a lot more likely to get it than a lot of the rest of the hats just because of the gigantic range. Also, down medium is another projectile, not quite full screen, as you can see here, but another way just to control space along with what she has. And that's also chargeable, and it comes back if it doesn't connect. And if it connects the charge version, it'll bring the opponent in. So you can just kind of do whatever you want to do. So, okay, big buttons. You know, buttons that basically are projectiles themselves on top of the actual projectiles. How about we go off type, though? She has a dive kick. And again, high air mobility, 8-way air dash, all that kind of stuff. So dive kick's like extra strong. And the game being in the game, you can freely cancel that into like whatever normals. And fighting game logic 101, the better you space it, the more you kind of aim towards their toes, the safer on block you'll be. So you don't want to do it just willy-nilly. You're going to try to want to space it, but you can also just go for the Hail Mary from the top of the screen as well. So it's a nice little off-brand addition to all the zoning she has. and more zoning, right? So she also has pillars that just eat up a lot of real estate. These are in the air okay as well, and can just take a big chunk of the screen. Also notice, if it connects, the final hit brings the opponent to you. So it makes combos just that much easier. And if you do the enhanced version, it'll just keep them in place just a little bit longer, just to make just any kind of conversions that much easier. And then there's actual flight, right? So she can just fly at will. And from flight, and you can enter flight while you're already in the air as well. You can just do a bunch of normals, just attack, like whatever you want to do. Although, to note, flight counts as a hit in itself. And enhanced flight here, you can see is multi-hitting. Also, unlike regular flight, you see here I'm getting counter hit, right? Enhanced flight has some invincibility against aerial attacks with it. So if people are just getting, you know, high pressure on you, you can use it to turn the tables on the opponents. And then just kind of have a grand old time with it. And defensively as well, her drill super is, as far as I can tell, armored frame 1. So she's not a weakling on defense either. Usually zoners are a little weaker on defense, but between flight being anti-air, EX flight anyways, and having an armored level 1 super, she can do pretty okay defending herself. So yeah, toss fireballs, do big normals, be annoying, fly around a little bit, not bad. Also, her assists are not as strong, I think, in comparison. Her regular forward assist is just a big old beam, which isn't awful. She does have the projectile assist with the back assist, and that can wall bounce, which is really strong, but it is her back assist, so there is higher cooldown time associated with it, which is fair. But yeah, the back assist is definitely the breadwinner there. But yeah, strong screen control, strong screen presence. If you're looking for a zoner, Adam Eve is definitely a strong zoner for you.
Let's wrap this up. Oh, you did your best.
But
This is it. Great.
Next up, let's talk about Monster Girl. So just by looking at Monster Girl, you probably got a good idea what the deal is, right? So she's not a grappler, but in this game, when you have super armor, you turn like a little bit blue, right? You might notice she can do that like a lot because she is just dripping with super armor frames left, right, front, and center. She doesn't have a lot of mobility. All that like 8-way air dash stuff we talked about the other characters, she doesn't have it. She can't air dash. She can't even double jump. The best she can do is super jump and like kind of worm her way in that way, right? But that said, aerial wise, she's got some options. She has a lot of different approaches, just like super jump her way in and then just kind of come at you from different angles. So like big body slams, a bouncy enemy, an actual honest to God dive kick. And dive kick is mostly safe on block. As long as you space everything good, you can get some safety out of it. If it hits, get some good combos out of it. But yeah, on the ground, we just got big normals here, like medium, heavy, both just good range by themselves. Both holdable for super armor frames and increasing range and like just, you know, combo ability. The medium crumples by itself. If you're even like mildly near the corner, the heavy now just bounces people off the wall. Even things like crouch heavy. Normally crouch heavy is a launcher for almost everybody. She can charge it for a different grounded launcher. So it's interesting and create new combo routing. She also has down medium. So down medium is really interesting and it causes a vacuum effect. So this just keeps people just closer when you hit them. So at bare minimum, it always makes sure like, you know, down medium and stand heavy will always connect. You won't be pushed out of range. And having a strong, threatening, long range low is great because she has a unique dash. So when she dashes, she's actually airborne when she dashes, meaning you dash and attack, everything you do is effectively an instant overhead. Now, assuredly, if they are crouching, not everything is instant overhead material. Like if they're crouching, some moves just might clear go over their head. So what you have to do is either when you do your dash, just wait a split second. Because if you wait just a little bit longer, that's whiff, wait a little bit longer, that's a connect, right? So it gives them a little bit more time to react, I guess. But when you do it that way, then it's just that much easier to get combos. Okay. And everyone has boost dash, right? Where you can spend meter on your dash. Once again, she has a unique dash. She has a unique boost dash. So she's big, she's slow, I don't want to like hurt your feelings, yo, but like when it comes to zoning, Monster Girl's gonna struggle. Especially like any multi-hitting things. Like she has a lot of armor, yeah, but armor's usually only good for one hit, right? So she's gonna lose out. So you gotta get in and get in fast. Her boost dash is that same hop, just armored on its way in. So if you need to get in now and like work your way in now, that's exactly what this is. Because depending on whatever's coming your way, you need to be prepared. So just a quick, half bar boost dash being armored, work your way in. It's really strong. She does also have a lot of fun things like hit grabs, where you can pick up the opponent and hit them. Again, these are hit grabs, not command grabs. They're blockable. But the grabs are still really good, especially in like basic combos, because like some of them have additional properties like ground bounces, and that can let you get past like combo limits, so you can super at the end, so you can get extra damage. She also has a mash super in that like the more you mash buttons, the more it hits you get. So you're just like hitting buttons. It's really satisfying. So Monster Girl's assists are not bad. The basic assist, it looks like a basic hit, and is a basic hit, but it does wall bounce. So you can see it happen, then like boost dash your way in, then just get like whatever combo you want to get, which is not bad. And then the back assist, very unique, because it just kind of teleports above your head or just close to wherever you are the player. And this, on top of a bounce, as you see here, so it can start a combo. Notice the enemy is blocking everything, right? So they have to stand block this. This is a true overhead. We mentioned Monster Girl has like, good 50-50, just giving her dash and all that, right? So if you're looking for her for an assist, she has an overhead on demand. So if your character is like lacking in mix, this is mix on demand basically, because this will just happen. She'll be there and that's an overhead. And before it hits, you can still hit low and then kind of do whatever. So assist wise, very interesting. Like everything is kind of satisfying. Like even the fact, even though lore wise is weird, like for level 3, she turns back into a little girl form, which takes time off her life, but I guess that's the price to style on people. So Monster Girl's not too complex, really. Just, everything has super armor, like super armor up to wazoo. She's slow, she's big, but she has that unique dash that gives her instant overheads. Combining the fact with like a gigantic range low that also vacuums the opponent in. She has an effective 50-50 game, right? 50-50 in armor. And other than that, you got the big character struggles. But if you're looking for a big character, she's literally the biggest character. So there is that.
Listen to me. You don't seem to understand. This battle isn't yours to win. Impressive.
Now let's talk Omni Man. So Omni Man's your all-rounders. Yeah, he's got all the fancy, Viltrumite air movement. It's really good. Good boost dashes. He's good in all the ways you would expect. Normals wise, he's got a better than average stand heavy. In that hits pretty far away, not like as good as Adam Eve or anything, but better than some of the other characters. He's got some good charge mediums in that he'll get, even though it's very late into the move, get some armor frames, which is nice. But he does the fighting game thing. What am I talking about? The fighting game thing. He shoots the fireball, does the uppercut. Like this fighting game 101. He's got all the versus game stuff and all that, right? So he can do all that, but fireball, uppercut, that's all you really need in the end, right? So let's talk about it. The fireball is really annoying. Like, it's not the fastest in the game or anything like that, but what it is it's big. It eats a lot of real estate. Like, even if I jumped and did it right away, it can still hit standing people very easily. And in a game where a lot of people are like air dashing, moving around, if I can jump, do this, and it covers ground and air, making it difficult for people to approach from any angle, that's really, really good. And does a good little clip of damage, and you might think, okay, well, one of the things you would do, well, if you're going to zone me out, like, let's do a zoning war, right? I'll test my own projectiles. So the enhanced clap destroys projectiles, and it will always wall bounce people on the other end. It'll just splat them. So from there, you can just boost dash your way in, and then whoopsie doodle, we got some combos going on here, right? So It's very advantageous for Omni Man just across the board. Just a really workers class projectile. Gets the job done. So the base uppercut, like some other moves in the game, has like a little bit of anti-air and vulnerability, although specifically air attacks. Grounded attacks, not so much luck. You'll get counter hit. However, the enhanced version has armor on it. So armor, don't care if you're in the air or not. Armor's just armor, right? So if you just need to bulldoze your way through something, then that's a classical fighting game uppercut, right? Just knock the opponent out on the other end, and the game being the game. You can combo after the fact. Like, you can just keep stuff going, right? So you don't gotta stop by any stretch. So you'll get them off of you, and you'll also get damage on top of it. So again, just good all-rounder fireball uppercut kind of stuff. Then how about we get a bit cheeky here? He has another special ground pound, right? And notice here the opponent sets to block everything. So the ground pound is an overhead. So he's maybe not as like mix-up heavy as like Mark or Bulletproof, but like he can get you sleeping. And if you get dunked, well, you get dunked. So the basic version here, even though you splat people, as long as you time it correctly, you can still pick them up off the ground and then just keep the combos going. And from there, just, you know, kind of go for whatever your heart desires, right? Get all your combos in. So that's good. The enhanced version's got a bit of an extra bonus to it. Because on top of just splatting you like before, right? More hits, more damage, all that kind of fun stuff. Also has just a little bit of armor at the beginning. So you can use it to bulldoze through things just like the uppercut, right? But with the benefit of it being an actual overhead. So you gotta stand block it. And other than all that, he's pretty straightforward. The one thing to note here is down medium in the air is chargeable. And unlike some of the dive kicks in this game, if this hits, like, great. If it hits, which it's not as easy to hit a dive kick, but if it hits, he's going to just splat the enemy, right? But if it's blocked, at least in the build I'm using to record this video right now, if it's blocked, unlike the dive kicks, this actually is plus on block. All the dive kicks, if they get blocked, maybe they're not all punishable, but they'll be negative. If this gets blocked, it is definitely your turn. And given, you know, you can super jump, you can air dash, like you can do all the kind of stuff. It makes it just a little bit more deadly, even if it's a little bit more unwieldy than some of the dive kicks. And assist-wise, he's really good because his basic quick assist is the projectile. So as you can see here, from literal full screen it'll whiff, but from like 95% of the screen it'll hit. So just one thing to keep in mind. But a lot of the characters with projectile assist, it's their back assist, the one with more cooldown. He can just do this whenever. And for his back assist, it is the uppercut. So the uppercut keeps people in hit stun quite a long time, so we can keep combos going. But yeah, if you're just looking for a quick spammable assist, considering it's a projectile on the quick cooldown, that's really okay. But yeah, Omni Man, just really strong every aspect of the game. If you're looking for a bit more of an all-rounder experience as compared to Mark or Invincible himself, and you want the more traditional fighting game all-rounder, this is literally it. Good assists, good supers, and the supers, oh my god. So he has a gotcha super. Most of the supers in the game, the level 3 supers, you gotta be close. Like, you get your damage or whatever, then you do the big level 3 cinematic, you get even more damage yet. That's great. His goes full screen. So it's basically a game of, did I catch you doing anything from full screen? You're dead. And considering it's going to be a raw level 3, that means you can hold people hostage. Again, most of the level 3s in the game, you got to be beside the enemy for them to work. His goes full screen. So if they whiff anything or commit to anything from full screen, game over. That's a dead character. So he can do that when other characters don't have that option for the majority of the cast. So that makes him extra strong with the extra meter. So just a really solid pick all around.
Your education begins here. Learn your place.
So now for Anissa. You may have heard some slanderous things about Anissa over the time of your Invincible fandom. Rest assured, what's in the comics might not be what's in the show, so we'll see how that goes for her. But regardless of any crime she may or may not have committed, she's one of your playable characters, so let's talk about it. So, she's actually quite a bit like Mark. She's a bit more of a technical version of Mark, if you want to put it that way. She can do a lot of what she does on the base level, and it's not quite as good. Like, Mark has his lariat, and she has a lariat. Just Mark's is better, basically, because it hits from further away than hers, right? But in that, but she can still do it, still get hit confirm, still get combos. Like, if you're just looking for, like, big hits, she can do the big hits. And she is a Viltrumite, so lots of, really strong air movement, amazing boost dashes, just zip across the screen. She does have a triple hitting special that is not bad in and of itself. Just easy hit confirms. One of the best uses is pressure, in my opinion. Assuredly, it's death on block. Do not get this move blocked, right? But since you're holding the opponent block stun for so long, it's basically a good opportunity to just call assists. So you can do this, call your assist in, and then while your assist is doing this, while they're just blocking that, just set up shop however you want. Like, you can just go in for a quick air dash. Her air dash is pretty good because she has a down medium, just like Mark, that also can cross up, just like Mark. Or her regular jump medium also hits both sides. So it's another just good cross up. Of course, this is something you can do anyway. Like, you don't need her to just call assists. Any character could do that, but it just holds them in place long enough just to get your game set up that way if you're looking for it. And Lariat in the air is still the same as Lariat on the ground. The little 3-hitter is the same. Lariat, enhanced Lariat just switches sides if it connects. Not too fancy by itself. But let's talk the big deal. This is the stance. So when she's in the stance, she assumes the pose. And from the pose, if you attack, so just do a quick lunge punch. And being a special move and being how this game works, you can immediately just cancel that into just various normals. So keep combos going. And it is safe on block, so there is that. But you can do a couple other things. Like, say, the opponent's coming at you. You hit back, you get an invincible dodge. So if you know an attack's coming, you can just literally dodge out of the way. And it makes you look smart and cool, basically. After a dodge, she also gets the Viltrumite stab attack, which will just basically put people splatted down on the ground. And from that, just world's your oyster, just do whatever combos you want to do. But we mentioned she has that follow-up attack from stance, right? So the other thing she can do from stance is hit forward in stance, and she'll immediately like go down as low to the ground as possible. And this is really good, as this will low profile just about everything that's not just actually touching the ground when you're doing it. So in the war, like neutral skips and just working your way into attack, right? With stance moving forward, she can go in a way that'll avoid most attacks in the game. And on top of that, it's also fully projectile immune. So it'll low profile most things, and projectiles simply cannot hit her while she's doing this like intruder step. So low profile and projectile immune. So she's got an easier way in than most people, basically. And the enhanced version just goes immediately into it. So no need to set up the stance, then do the dash in. She just does the dash in, still projectile immune, still low profile, and just out of the gate. Also, the enhanced version stupidly advantage on block. So this is like the granddaddy all neutral skips, because it low profiles, immune to projectiles, plus on block, combo on hit. As Mark would attest to, it's almost like she's invading your personal space here. So that's really one of the real strong suits of Anissa as a character. Like, she has all the usual Viltrumite stuff. She's got that down C, down heavy, like Kyo fans, you know what's up here. So just really good instant overheads at bare minimum. Her down medium's chargeable. I don't know how good it actually is, but it just looks cool. Because if it connects, just the stomps and the little neck break is really cool. She's very vicious. Some of the little traits here, we talked about the crouch medium charge. The stand medium charge is actually one of the fastest in the game, maybe like the fastest in the game. Pretty good range, always crumbles on hit like a lot of them, but just the general speed compared to a lot of the other ones with the good range, just makes it a very valid poke on top of just having just like the lariat, right? Because unlike the lariat, this is plus on block if you charge it. So the reward is pretty big. But yeah, she's not terribly complex other than the stance, but the stance is just what gives her a lot of her tricks, because it has the evasion and defense, has the evasion and offense with the step into the attack. So if you're just looking for a slightly different version of a basic rushdown character like Mark with a few more tricks, that is Anissa. And for assists, she has a lariat assist just like Mark, and her back assist is the triple hitter, and if it connects, it'll be a crumple state and you just get the full combo. But yeah, she's pretty cool. Also, just the level 3, very basic, but just vicious. Just the close-ups with the slaps lets you know she means business. So that all sounds appealing. Anissa is your woman.
I've had enough of this. I'm everything, everywhere, all at once, asshole. You've got all of us now.
Going to Dupli Kate next. So Dupli Kate is one of the stronger mix-up characters in the game. There's a downside though. She's just plain human. That means no crazy 8-way air dashes, no like full screen boost dashes on demand. She's just kind of gotta work her way in the old-fashioned way, right? But once she gets in, well, her pressure's sort of unmatched. Like, for one, this is really basic, but for this game, her crouch light is an actual low. Almost everybody's crouch light is a mid. Like, maybe their crouch medium's a low, a slower attack, but her crouch light is a low. So you always gotta guard your toes, which is fine. But the problem with guarding your toes is she's got overheads for days. So just to show you here, because the bot's set to block everything, right? Overhead. Okay. Because you're standing to block it, right? Crouch medium. Has an overhead built into it when she sends out the Dupli Kate. When she does funny stuff like starting to spend meter, all right? Like, okay, we're going to spend some meter here. There's a low into an overhead. How about an overhead into a low? You better guess which. You literally don't get to know first. Unless you're really razor-eyed, you just got to be that fast. She has really good just short hop offense. Well, like, so much of her moveset, like, you got to guess overhead, you got to guess low. Like, even the moves, like, you check. Like, is this a mid? Is this a low? Is this an overhead? It's up to them to guess. And on top of all the mix, she has a lot of plus frames. Like, the move here where it guess mid, overhead, low, right? That stuff's all plus on block. Like, even the overhead and the lows are plus on block. Say your reward for guessing the enhanced version, like low overhead or overhead low, your reward is she's plus on block. She has like Ip Man punches, right? Which is admittedly negative on block, but has a follow-up punch. And if you let that follow-up punch go live, that follow-up punch is plus on block. So say I know you're going to do it, since there is like a tiny little gap. Then I'll just smash and hit buttons or something, right? Like, I'll hit you. But say if they're just relying on you doing it and just reacting to it, right? Like, oh, I see it a better mash. You hit a button, you call an assist, you get hit out of it, right? So it's a game of patience you got to play. So a lot of people in this game, like most specials are death on block. A few are safe on block. And if you want plus frames, you usually got to spend meter. She has a lot of plus frames just on demand, just with their various specials. And like, don't even have to spend meter on it. Also, you gotta watch out, you gotta be a little careful. The Ip Man punches. Her enhanced version actually is armored as well, right? So she can actually bulldog through things. You wouldn't think she'd be able to. And on top of that, she does have her up kick here. This is air and Vaughn. Does have launches attached to it. And her clones, she can send out her clones in the air too with her various specials. So you can actually use this almost like a bit of a zoning tool, I guess, if you want to get a little weird with it. Like even the Ip Man punches are armored in the air. And then the clones are basically projectiles on the way down. Like, it's just really weird. And then you get to the super. So, like, some of the supers are a little basic, right? You know, damage super. But she has an install. And her other super, well, it's Ganaijin. So it turns all of her normals into, like, double hitting just follow-ups of themselves, right? And it changes all of her specials. So, again, she's all about the mix, right? So now her special changed. So the one special, the shoulder, it just comes out. There's no clone. The other special, the low, no clone, just comes out. Overhead, Just comes out, no clone. And once this is live, shoulder, stupidly plus on block. Low, plus on block. The only thing that's not plus on block is the overhead. And the overhead's still safe on block. So basically, like, this is just pressure because it's your turn, like, you can just keep taking turns and eventually sneak in the overhead or the low, and they're not always going to block. So the install does not last that long because it would be sort of busted if it did. But once you get going here, you can kind of create some very fighting game combos, if you know what I mean, right? Like, some downright silly looking stuff. Though that's not optimal necessarily, but like the juggle potential is just really, really good, right? The multiple Kates let you do a lot of fun stuff, but I guess that's one of the big weaknesses here. So plus frames, mix-ups, all that kind of stuff. But there's the big weakness. When you send out a clone, it actually gives temporary damage. Take a look at my health here. So the clone goes out and I have temporary healable damage till the clone comes back, at which point then I get my health back, right? So if you happen to have like a lot of clones out, then potentially like you could have a lot of potential health out there. And the thing is, your clones can be hit. And if your clones are hit, well, you ain't getting that health back until you tag out. And then that could potentially add up. So in some ways, she has less effective health than some of the rest of the cast. So you do have to respect the fact that you can't just send out clones willy-nilly. Otherwise, you'd just be doing this kind of stuff all day, right? Because at minimum, it'd be fun and silly. So you really got to respect that. But yeah, so her movement is not the best, but her pressure and mix is definitely top-notch compared to some of the other characters in the game. So if you're willing to give up like some movement and like some of your ability to get in, you know, hey, make sure you have good assists. Have assists that help you get in. But once you get in, the fact they are just going to have to coin flip and guess non-stop in a very potentially frustrating way, that is definitely a bonus for Kate. Assist-wise, she's pretty vanilla. She has either the shoulder check as her neutral assist, or the man punches as her back assist, which will hold the opponent in place, and then, you know, potentially make combos really easy. But that is Kate 101.
Stop right there. Do it.
Cecil Stedman. So in a game full of Viltrumites, you might not think he's the guy you want to pick. What can the old man do? Well, he can do a thing or two, actually. Bare minimum, he can hit the lights, because he's got a lot of friends working with him. So, yes, he maybe not is a great physical threat, but he's a zoner's zoner. Like, can he toss like landmines, shoot reaniman and all from all sorts of crazy angles? His control of the screen is immaculate. Grenade launchers, enhanced grenade launcher, just so much screen control, so much real estate. Like, his normals, like this is light, that's a projectile. His normals are projectiles, that's medium. And you can charge medium for a full screen knockdown projectile. Crouch medium is just a big old low. I can charge it as well for just a bigger low as well. Heavy's a shotgun. Jump medium is grenade toss. You can also hold it to toss it out further. Like, at all points, Cecil can control so much of the screen, and you're gonna get frustrated at some point and just try to charge in. And once you do, get tackled by Reaniman, run into one of his grenades, and then add to the fact he's not slow. Like, he has his teleport dash. Every time he's dashing around, it's costing the taxpayers a lot of money. And if you can get the timing right on his wave dashes, like, he can kind of hoof it across the screen. Like, his boost dashes aren't great, but you time your wave dashes correctly and you can kind of go. And keeping in mind with the rules of the game, right? So specials can cancel on the normals. So if you toss out a Reaniman and connects, you can just go right into stand medium and send the projectile shot. And then you can turn these two random hits into an active tag combo and combo out. And like, zoning's just really strong in this game like that. You can get a lot of damage off just a basic hit, right? It's not just the zoning in and of itself. And it's not even that the zoning in and of itself is bad. Like, even without tags, right? He can convert basic hits into stuff. Like, even if you just want to spend like a single bar, right? He has like a beam projectile. So he can convert anything off to a decent chunk, which again, the game being the game, you can still active tag off the supers, go for like the tag mini game, like, are they gonna break or not? Like, there's just a lot of stuff. And you see the other things, like the jump down medium is a grenade toss, right? To cover his lower angle. But even that counts as an overhead. So he can kind of hit you with some wacky instant overheads, and like, the boy can get some combos going, is what I'm saying. He's not like a mix-up intensive character. You're going to be playing kind of slow most of the time, especially just playing with angles, because he controls the angles so well, given his normals and all that kind of stuff. Like, so it's not a game of how fast your fingers are, but it is basically a lot of fighting game 101. And if you're watching this anywhere near launch, if you're looking for a character to get people to rage quit,
Stop right there.
Cecil's gonna be that guy for sure, because after they get smacked by like 50 projectiles in a row and they haven't gotten like one step closer to you, that's when the plug's gonna get pulled. And also he has very decent assists. So he has a fast cooldown basic projectile assist, which is worth his weight in gold, at least in my opinion, in this game. And his back assist is the triple rocket EX, and that just eats a lot of real estate, has a lot of hits done, has a lot of blocks done. Like, you can see it, like, oh, did it get hit? Boost dash in, get full combos. Like, it's just good. I think he's really solid.
I've had enough of this!
Come on now.
You're not worthy of my efforts! Get that through your skull! Impressive!
Moving on to Lucan. So Lucan is the game's only grappler. So if you look at character select, it'll say some other characters are grapplers. It's literally lying to you, because they'll have hit grabs, and Lucan has hit grabs too. Hit grabs are blockable grabs. That isn't a command grab. Like, Lucan has multiple hit grabs where if it's blocked, nothing happens, but he has a real command grab. And luckily for us, he's the only real grappler. This is a hell of a command grab, actually. One, besides it just breaking your back and all that, it will give you full combos. And command grab is some pretty good catch you sleeping attacks, because you can do a lot of things, set up a lot of things that are pretty guaranteed if you get a command grab. Not the least of which, you know, is if you want a meter dump. If you're looking to meter dump, well, he's pretty good at it, just because you don't gotta try too hard to invent scenarios that are gonna work, right? And if you want to do like a level 3 or just do a bunch of level 1 tag supers, Half-Life or more off the command grab is very easily achievable. So that's really good. Also, so the enhanced version hits from way further away, like here's the regular one. Like, you got to be basically beside him, right? Enhanced version, you don't even got to be near him. So like, it's well worth the meter just off the surprise factor, because people don't expect to get command grabbed from this far away unless it's like a lightning slow telegraphed grab. This is unseeable. You will just get got. So I think it's very worth it for that as far as the meter goes. So the command grab is absolutely the reason to pick Lucan. So like other things like, hey, Viltrumites, you know, we've been showing off Viltrumites. Like, Viltrumites are quick, y'all. Like, they can move across the screen fast. Lucan's got gut jiggle physics. Like, he ain't doing that. So he can do like a basic little small air dash, and then he's floating, because that's as far as he goes. The gas hits for a second, then the brakes happen, and he's going off inertia at that point. So he is not lightning quick like some of the other Viltrumites. So you got to deal with that. But that's why, like, he has big belly flops that cause ground bounces. Like, his death from above is not bad between down medium and down heavy in the air. Basically, I'm trying to say his approach is a bit slower, as a grappler should be. He's got to work his way in. He's got a couple ways to cheat, like his gut attack, his gut lunge special. The enhanced version is armored, not armored frame 1, but it is armored. So if you just need to, like, desperation get your way in there, that is a way to do it. But otherwise, you're going to be doing the old grappler, slow and steady wins the race. On that note, we talked hit grabs, right? So just stand heavy punch is a hit grab. So it just hits, headbutt, and then Okay, what are we doing from there? Are we going like a special move or whatever? Like, the choice is yours. His other hit grab is other special. Is either high damage dunk, or you can just kind of pop him with a headbutt, which will kind of splat him, or hit forward and heavy. And then if you're near a wall, it'll wall bounce him. And then from the wall splat, you can get like more juggles or whatever you want to do, right? So this one is basically damage or situationally useful other alternatives. And some other things, like some of his charged heavies have like a couple frames of armor at the end of the move. So not the easiest to utilize, but they are there. And the note here, charge medium is a hard knockdown. The hit grab, the enhanced version, if you don't do anything with it and just take the damage, that also is a hard knockdown if you're just looking for like pressure and Oki. But Lucan's a pretty straightforward character in a game with like insane mobility, just crazy gimmicks, crazy 50-50s. He's a slower dude who wants to get in and give you a hug, you know? It's Grappler 101. And his assists are serviceable. The one really good thing is his neutral assist, a quick recovery assist, is a crumple. So it's not fast or like long range, but if it hits, oh, cool, you can just dash in and get a combo, right? So that's really valuable actually in that way. And his back assist, the one with the longer cooldown, is just multi-hit and ground bounce. So both of his assists neither are best in class necessarily, but if they connect, you're definitely getting a full combo. So that is pretty okay and useful. But yeah, he's basically an honest man in a game full of savages. So if you just want to get out there and hug people, Lucan is the boy for it.
One beat down coming up. It's all good. I called you a cat.
So next up is Bulletproof. Bulletproof, again, just like Anissa, is sort of like Mark. Think Mark is like the baseline. So he can do a lot of the same stuff, right? He's very quick. He's got good mix-up potential. The difference between him and Mark is Mark's 50-50 game's a lot more straightforward. It's either do the low or do the overhead. His is a little bit more nuanced. So one, he has one of his specials here is a big old roll attack, right? And the one thing about the roll is it's very, very easy to cross up with it. So you really gotta eyeball which way he's gonna wind up on your head, because it might be a left or a right, and sometimes it can be difficult to tell which. And being a special, if you guess wrong, you can go right in the normals, right? Because that's kind of how the combo structure of the game works. And since it's airborne and you can leave yourself doing airborne attacks, that means you can use boost dashes to cancel your air attacks, meaning you lower your combo meter. So it can lead to like some just interesting basic combo structure and just combo shenanigans, right? Because you can do a lot of things to lower your combo meter that aren't as easy as it is for some other characters, because you're consistently airborne, and since you're consistently airborne, you can consistently boost dash and just keep lowering your combo meter. And the base version has like a drop kick. If you do the enhanced version, you can also get a ground bounce. Like, it's good that way. The real thing is he has a Rekka series. And so the Rekka series is really interesting. So again, the game being the game, you can cancel the Rekka series like in just various normals like once it's over, right? But it comes with two fun follow-ups. One's overhead, one's a low. And I think you already know where we're going with this. So I make you block basic string. And after basic string, okay, well, let's start guessing. Because maybe you guessed right, you block correctly now, but will you keep correctly guessing? That's the overhead. Or maybe I'll make you block low. If he smokes you with the overhead, he absolutely is getting combos off of you, right? Like full combos. You got to watch out. The enhanced version also has the same sort of mix-up, although obviously just leads to more damage. Difference though is the enhanced version, the low, makes it completely safe on block. Like you're lost your turn, you're negative, but then the risk reward on it gets a lot more skewed. But basically, he's got like all the good air movement, like all the things you would expect, all that kind of stuff. Like that all makes sense. But then we got cross-ups with the spin. We have the Rekkas that have just 50-50s built into them. And by the way, the overheads and the lows get a lot faster in the enhanced version. So for whatever reason, you're fast enough to react to a 19 frame overhead. No, you're not. You're lying. Everyone said, I've had this argument for so many years. I'm not even going to edit this out. I'm not going to edit this out. You cannot react to a 19 frame overhead. Okay, I'm sorry. But if for some reason, if you're like that one guy who could, well then the overhead's 14 frames after the EX. So there you go, right? And the low becomes 13 frames. So like that extra is not happening. Also, just keeping with the tricky stuff, like he has down medium in the air. And this is just a monster cross-up hitbox. Like, very easy to cross up with. He also has this giant dive bomb. And the reward for this is pretty large as it just bounces, right? So if this hits, it's combo town. And the thing is, as long as you moderately space it, it is also safe on block. Like, you can't go too crazy with it, but if you space it, it's just like a dive kick with an even bigger reward, right? So, like, aerial... Bulletproof, just a lot of options between like cross up ball, cross up down medium, dive bomb, as long as he spaces safe. Like his pressure is really good. And to keep it up, he has an anti-air uppercut as well. So, you know, if you thought the boy was a little need to be more of an all-rounder, he's still got one of those. And of course, you can use it for combos and all that kind of stuff as well. He even has an armored level 1 as well, just because, like, why not? So basically, it's another flavor of Rushdown. It's what kind of Rushdown do you like? And if you like a more heavier, like aerial style, mixed style Rushdown, then Bulletproof is that guy.
This is all your fault! For the pain you've caused, the people you've hurt. Die! Impressive!
Going to Powerplex. So Powerplex, on first blush, almost seems similar to Omni Man. So he's got the 8-way air dash. He's got all that movement. Like he's good on that front. He's definitely an all-rounder in that he has like a projectile, a proper full screen projectile, a charging move that charges forward to help with, you know, combos. You can do whatever you want after the fact, right? And he has the uppercut, right? So all-rounder, bare minimum, fireball, uppercut. Those are the building blocks. And some fun things though, the uppercut turns into a dive kick in the air. So that is a little different. But besides the usual all-rounder stuff, the big difference is those little sparkles. Notice when he does special moves, you can see a little sparkle kind of behind his head. That's a just frame. So notice the projectile. Okay, right? Now notice this. Oh, what happened there? It knocked him down. It's not me doing an EX. EX is a different move. But if I hit the just frame, which is admittedly a little difficult at times, the timing isn't one frame, but it's not generous as it could be. But when you do the just frame, basically every move just gets better. So Powerplex, basic projectile, does this much damage. And look at the damage again. When it's enhanced, it does almost like double the damage on top and knocking the enemy down, which is great because the knockdown's a great tell. So he has one of his level 1 supers, just giant beam attacks, right? Like electric beams. And you can use the tell of the knockdown just to get free extra damage from full screen by burning a single bar. That's fantastic. And this move is just as okay in the air as well, and it has to just frame in the air as well. And that's basically the thing. All of his moves have just frame where you time the button press with the spark, and it's different for every move, and you'll get a better version of that move. So it's charge by itself. Like, as you see, it's not much. Like, you can get a follow-up because all specials can be canceled in the normals in this game. But if you get the just frame, now it's a launcher on top of doing a little bit more damage. So now you can get more inventive combos, just like, you can do a bunch of new things. Again, the uppercut. So the just frame for the uppercut is actually at the top of the jump when the little sparkle happens. So you can hit buttons before then and just go to like air combos. Because again, this game, all specials, can go in the normals unlike many other fighting games. But if you wait and press the button again at the top of the uppercut and then hit it when the sparkle happens, it then becomes a ground pound and extends the move. And just becomes a whole different thing. So basically when it comes to just the basic moves here, again, you're aiming for the sweet spots to enhance the move. Now, thankfully, it's not as difficult as literally every move every single time. So when you do the enhanced moves, this is when you're burning your meter on it, right? The enhanced moves are just different moves. It's not just the same move as the just frame. It's a different move by itself. And generally they are better than the just frames because, you know, you are spending meter on them. So, you know, you definitely would want them to be a little bit better. In fact, there is some fun things like his enhanced projectile is stupidly advantage on block, even point blank. So if you just want to keep it your turn, that's a really good way to do it. But besides the fact that, you know, the timing can be difficult on the moves, and they have like the just frames, he's actually rather straightforward. Other than that, just projectile, uppercut, 2-note the uppercut. His is not air invulnerable like some of the other people in the game. You will get smacked because he has the just frame and all that with the additional moves. It is more of a combo style move rather than a defensive move. So don't be trying to uppercut people out of the air and going combo. If you do need defense in a pinch, though, he does have an immediately armored super as well. So that can be a good get off me, although it'll take a little bit of meter. Assist-wise, he's not bad. His regular assist will put himself pretty close to the enemy. Like, even literally full screen, he will, at the end, get to the enemy to hit the opponent. And his back assist is his just frame or enhanced version of his projectile. So lots of hits, lots of damage, just, you know, very easy to hit confirm. And from there, oh, you got the hit, cool, get like whatever combo, like, it's not always going to be a guaranteed done deal, but, you know, it's nice to have. But yeah, so an otherwise straightforward character just with an incredibly difficult just frame mechanic. But if you do like your skill being rewarded in the terms of button presses with strict timing, then Powerplex is that character.
My plan was not to hurt you, but I come prepared for any contingencies.
Going on the robot. Robot's a bit of an odd duck. At first blush, you might want to say he's a zoner because, well, he can do something like this, right? And yes, that is hidden missiles. Before we even talk about anything else, hey, the assist, right? So his base assist is toss missile. It's exactly as good as you think it is. While not perfect, it will try to track the enemy wherever they are on the screen. And this is his base quick recharge assist as well. So it's really, really good. And the longer recharge assist is just even more hidden missiles, right? So no matter how you swing at it, if you want what is proven to be one of the best styles of assists in tag fighting game history, Robot is it. Like, his assist is probably the reason he's going to be on the team before even him as a character. But that said, him as a character is not bad either. So yes, he has hidden missiles. You can hold the button to do even more missiles. You can do it safely in the air. So you can just kind of run away, do it from the top of the screen, see what happens. Although the opponent is free to move and probably free to kick your head in while you're trying to do that. So make sure you got some space to breathe. And if you want to enhance it, it's just a lot more missiles, like a lot. And they all come out a good deal quicker as well. Other special moves, he has basically a big laser blast. And it's pretty good hits from roughly mid-screen, not quite further out though. Although the enhanced version is just a full screen beam. So if you're looking for just a quick way to get a hit, this is absolutely that. And it does have a follow-up. So I'm sure this will be patched not too long after I make this video, but to note, the follow-up does not currently work on motion controls. It only works on simple controls. So if you have the normal control scheme, just simply hit the button again when you do the special, and it'll do basically a follow-up. And from the follow-up, you know, like, follow-up, okay, cool, like do a tag, like whatever you want to do, right? It's just literally more damage to your benefit. Just, again, hit the button one more time. And it's also hit confirmable because the move is multiple hits. Just unfortunately, in the motion control layout right now, the move literally just can't come out. So I'm sure that'll be fixed soon. But otherwise, just another solid mid-screen poke. It is one of those deals where it does have a pretty decent hitbox. So if you just do it while in the air, it can have people walking into it pretty easily. And its third special is just defense. It is the get off me. Although to note, it's only truly get off me when you do the enhanced version. The enhanced version has armor, so you can use it to bully people. The main thing, actually, despite it being a shield, the regular version is jump cancelable. So you can basically use it to start combos. Now, what shape those combos will be, that's up to you, but it works. It juggles, you jump, follow afterwards. It's the enhanced version that is the actual defensive move. So that's the specials. It's pretty basic. Like, you'd think, okay, maybe like a little pokey character with harassment, right? So the thing about Robot that's weird is his aerial offense is weirdly strong. So he has a lot of command normals in the air. Like, just like hop, jump, H is already not bad, right? We have hop down light. And this is an overhead. So you gotta respect it. And very, very easily hit people just crouching, as long as you don't do it instantly. On most of the casts, if you do it instantly, it'll just barely whiff. So, but just wait 1 split second, and then you got your overhead, right? So it's really good. And we have that. So just quick hop and then go into combos. And then we have jump down M, which is these projectiles. They don't quite go full screen, but they do enough, right? And these are also all overheads. So he has a lot of like near instantaneous overhead offense that you kind of have to respect, which is really weird. Like the opponent's at the block right now, right? So you can see here, they have to stand block these moves, which is strong. And then he has a dive kick. And this is also an overhead, by the way. The one thing to note, this dive kick definitely doesn't let you be as sloppy as some of the other dive kicks. You can make it safe, but it's going to be difficult. You really got to aim deep. If you do not aim deep, it will be punishable. But that said, also the angle on it is like way more aggressive than a lot of the rest of the cast. So while you're up there tossing out your missiles, like you can do this, they run in, you just dive kick from like the entire screen away and get in. So quick instant overheads off hops, long range projectile instant overheads off hops, and then a dive kick, right? So he's not terribly acrobatic in the comics, but in this game, he actually has a really terrifying short hop offense on top of just all the other tricks he has. So that's Robot.
Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Say goodbye.
Titan. So Titan's got a lot of rock, but I have another Titan here. Notice if I beat him up a bunch, the rock starts going away, and now, well, he's just a dude. A big jacked dude, to be sure, but he's just a dude. Because Titan has a unique armor mechanic. Basically, you burn one super bar and you armor up. And you start the round with the armor. And armor's the name of the game. He ain't got no movement. He can super jump, that's it. He can't even double jump. He's definitely not 8-way air dashing like a Viltrumite. He's a big, slow dude. But when he has his armor up, and again, 1 bar for armor, you get 6 stacks of armor. As long as you have at least 1 stack live, well, everything, well, almost everything has armor attached to it. And let me tell you, this is the good kind of armor. A lot of the armor in the game, you know, armor's great, but it doesn't start frame 1. This armor all starts frame 1. So you can start just tanking through stuff. Now, a lot of the moves that have armor aren't necessarily safe on block. So you do gotta risk reward that stuff. But you barely take any damage while you're armoring through things. You can basically bully through everything as long as you have that armor up. So it's one of the big things about it. So again, slow. His range is okay. It's definitely not best in class. But to help with that, he does have projectiles. And it's not even bad, actually. Damage is pretty okay. Any similarity to any hulking individuals in any other games is purely a coincidence, I'm sure. And he can toss them in different angles, which is really interesting. So straight across, straight up. If you make the opponent block on the way down when it's going up, it'll be insanely advantage on block, which is great. And the enhanced version, you can hold it, have different angles, and you can give him a little tap. Give him a medium tap. Give it a big tap, even. Or, you know, you can toss it away up there, give it a home run swing, give it the big boot. Like, you basically can just kind of play around with the shots. So his zoning games, all things considered, not even that bad. doesn't have to like desperately run to you in the hopes you'll eventually get close, especially because he doesn't have a command grab, right? He has a hit grab, but that is blockable, and that is death on block. So if they're not playing around, well, start tossing some projectiles while working your way in. Also, what really helps, so he can super jump, so you know that's not nothing, and his down heavy, which has the bounce attached to it. While there's other people that have moves like this, his seemingly is always safe on block. So you might lose your turn, but it doesn't seem to be a big consequence if it gets blocked. So worst case scenario, super jump your way in and just elbow your way down and hope for the best, I suppose. But armor is the name of the game. Like even the supers have armor. Another thing, his tackle, so the enhanced tackle is actually a run. And it's a full screen, fully armored run. So as long as you have stacks of armor, you're getting in no matter what. Like, it's not a question of maybe. They literally can't stop you. Unless they hit you with a move that has, like, the armor break property, you're getting in. Like, so that's another real nice thing. So if you struggle with some characters that have to earn their way in, armor up, command run with the EX, you're in. Because you'll just literally tank through everything along the way. So really straightforward, I suppose. So that's not a bad thing. Also, for people who like to have a little fun, his assists actually aren't bad. So his back assist, he just runs in, does the shoulder, and causes a crumple. So, you know, hey, get a combo. It's not bad, but it's not best in class. But his regular assist, like he doesn't necessarily teleport to the enemy, or it's just a basic hit, right? But it's the same move as well the actual move, which means this is an overhead. As you see here, the opponent will only stand if they have to block an overhead, right? And they have to stand to block this overhead. So if you're looking to play a more mix-up style game, having an assist on demand that's an overhead on demand ain't bad. Especially because if it connects, it's a bounce. So you'll just get a combo. So if you're looking for a pressure game and a guy who can apply the pressure either by just tossing slabs of rocks or just running his way through with infinite armor, as long as you have armor stacks up, this is definitely the guy for you.
Time for the big finale! Read fast, dickhead!
So Rex, another one of the game's zoners. Now, unlike Adam Eve, who's got all that good 8-way air dash and all that kind of stuff movement, he's just a dude. He can't do that. So yeah, he can toss hella projectiles. In fact, he can toss them at unique angles as well. But he just can't do that stuff. But he can do things like wall jumps. Okay. He is the only character that has a command run. So everyone else, you know, like he can air this dash. He can actually just run, and he actually gets unique moves off the run. And part of it leads into his weirdly good mix-up game, you know, considering he's a zoner, right? In that, one's a quick mid, safe on block. One's a low, and another move off the run is an overhead. But yeah, so just going back to zoning, his basic projectile, it's just very spammable. It can be shot at multiple angles, upwards if you're on the ground, or even at downward angles if you want. And while you're airborne, you can also shoot it down. You can shoot it straight across. You can shoot it up if you so care to do it. So you can just cover a lot of the ground. And also another special move, he'll do basically an acrobatic jump while tossing out one of the projectiles. And he will be air-okay after the fact. So he can just kind of do whatever. Just can do an attack or whatever you want to do. Now, if you enhance the base projectile, it changes the move. So it's more than just, hey, here's fireball, right? So it's aimable like before. So I can like shoot it normally, or I can shoot it straight up and leave it off the screen. I can shoot it close to the ground. But notice, if it stays close to the ground, they stay there. And in fact, they become traps. They become like detonatable mines. So if the enemy walks into them or like whatever reason gets near them, they will blow up. Which is great for Rex because unlike many characters, his crouch medium is just a sweep with a hard knockdown. So no rolling, no nothing. So if you get this, you know they ain't rolling. Oh. They just have to wake up into that stuff. So now here's the thing. If it happens to you, like these are your mids. So you can just block him. Like, you can hold back, hold down, it doesn't matter, right? But his mix-up's weirdly good. So another one of his specials is this cartwheel kick, which is a true overhead. And again, in this game, specials can go in the normals. So if he hits you with this overhead, it's gonna be a full combo. So now I get hit by the setup and I can't move and this is gonna explode in my face. I crouch block there. Whoops, I guess I get comboed. Now same thing. Okay, well, I guess I'll stand block. Whoops, I just got loaded into a launcher. So he can basically just knock you down with his easy bake, hard knockdown, no way out. Immediately toss those mines. You gotta wake up in the mines. So you just kind of gotta guess, because a lot of frame 1 armor, frame 1 invincibility is very rare in this game, unless it's like off of level 3. Only a few characters have it. And then guess for your life. And then there's the fact he can also like left-right you with a very ambiguous use of that projectile that moves him forward, right? So if he does it right, which way do you wake up on? Because the things are going to explode. So now it's high, low, left, right, mix up. So he can do all that once again while just tossing very spammable projectiles. And like the projectiles themselves, if it's not just the mine version where they hit the ground, they do launch. Like, it hurts. If you're willing to put in some bar or two, the enhanced overhead just is a combo starter by itself just to get more damage in. We mentioned before his unique run. He has the mid, he's got the low, he's got an overhead. So like, just a shocking amount of mix for what should be just a zoning style character. So again, the big weakness is he just has normal movement, right? So he's not floating away, he's not air dashing away, he's just a dude. But still, that's not bad. Also, his assists are actually great too. So he has a basic projectile toss assist, which as we talked about in the video, I think is very good. And his covers the screen. So like, there's no guess. Like, it doesn't do a lot of damage, I guess, unless it hits point blank, then everything hits and actually does a pretty sizable chunk of damage. It has a pretty big amount of hit stun as well, right? But yeah, so if you just want to cover the screen and not really guess, his quick assist, the one with the fast recharge, is that. And his back assist is the mines, which gives every character that mix-up pressure opportunity. So assist-wise, he's gold and he's just kind of good. So just like Cecil, I can see you getting people rage quitting with this character. Not the least of which, level 3, I already showed it, but it's a style level 3. You got something you just want to really say to the enemy. Rex is the guy.
We need to talk. Stop being such a douchebag. They have those here, right?
Moving on to Alan the Alien. Alan is straightforward. He's got the good movement, the air dashes, got good boost dashes. He's pretty straightforward rush down. He does have some fun things like some hit grabs. The note though, the hit grab is very unsafe on block, so you have to mean it. But if it does connect, it is jump cancelable. So you can just kind of do whatever combos you want to do after the fact. Enhanced version, same deal, just does more damage. Now, you also have just the ground pound. Now, to note here, this definitely is another you are dead on block move, so don't use it point blank. So like point blank, -15, they can do whatever they want, right? The thing is, this has very deceptive range. It can hit from a lot further away than you think, as you can see roughly around here, right? And here, -15, for the most part, is safe. So if you're looking to attack the enemy from a little further away than usual, this is the move, especially because it has multiple follow-ups, 3 follow-ups all in all. And if you see those initial hits connect from further away, just go for them. Doubly so because they don't come out on block. So you can just kind of spam the button, and if they're blocking, nothing. If it actually could hit, then it does hit. So go for it. It gives him just a decent mid-range option because it's a lot further away than his various button presses. Although from further away, although it's a bit more risky, he does have several charge heavy moves. His grounded charge heavy, he runs forward. So this is like the base hit, just like an elbow. But if you hold it, they'll just run forward and then go for the elbow. And as you can see here, it bounces on hit. So you can just kind of go for whatever combo structure you might want to go for. But if you run with it, it is also advantage on block. and it'll leave you roughly in stand medium range. So if they want to press buttons back, considering you have the slight advantage, you're probably gonna win. His jumping heavy attack is also much the same here, so it makes it just good off short hops because it is ridiculously plus if it is blocked. And if it connects, well, it's a bounce. So just keep the combos going, basically. Now, one of the more interesting aspects of him is that ground pound move. So good range, but the air version is a little bit of a hop kick. Now, it's not a great instant overhead. Like, if you're just looking for instant overhead, charge heavy is probably better off. But it also has a follow-up. Now, this follow-up is perfectly great for combos, because it'll spike the enemy just down to the ground. But also, it has a cross-up hitbox. And there's definitely a lot of distances where you can do this, and it'll be somewhat ambiguous what side you're going to hit on. Which is great, because it just can pick up the enemy. So, like, if you're looking for combo ability, it will give you combo ability. And it is, in my testing, safe on block. Like, you have lost your turn, but considering you are ambiguously gonna get a combo if they don't correctly block the right side, I think that's pretty okay. The enhanced version as well, on top of doing pretty okay damage, also gives a ground bounce, so you just use it to extend your combos. So everything he has, except for one of his specials, is pretty straightforward. So the one special is he'll taunt with super armor, and then he'll go into a big spin. Now, this is a bit of a Hail Mary, because while the armor is great, and there's actually quite a bit of armor at that, so you can just, you know, follow up, you can do whatever. Okay, I caught you, haha. Eat, you know, sweet revenge, bad guy, right? But once he starts, he has to go into the follow-up. You can wait it out, but if you did it and you didn't catch him, you are eventually gonna do the spin. So you better believe in the armor catching something, otherwise you're going for a wild ride. But yeah, Alan's pretty straightforward all in all, honestly. Like, he's not terribly tricky or anything, but just want a straightforward rushdown character, that's him.
Here's a taste of reality. The strong survive. You will not.
So Thula is pretty straightforward. She's the closest thing this game has to like a Dal Sim or an Axel Low, except she's a Viltrumite, so 8-way air dashes, boost dashes, although not as fast as some, but that's perfectly fair, because her range is really crazy. Just like that stand medium, that's, even though that's way more than like the rest of the cast, that's nothing. Like, that's crouch medium. This is a low, you gotta block this low. This is chargeable, and it'll pop you into a bounce that will basically get you comboed from mid-screen. Jump down M. This is an overhead. If you weren't stand blocking from that far away, you got hit. And keep in mind, you gotta worry about actually blocking low from that far away as well, right? And this, just like the low, is chargeable, and it'll just bring the opponent into you for a full combo. What? Imagine just getting scooped from like that far away because you just didn't randomly block overhead, right? Like, that's kind of terrifying. So from like lows to overheads, instant overheads, like, she can hit you from so far away and convert. Like, the fact that she can also just get normals from a lot of ranges as well. She doesn't need to do the charge shenanigans. And the fact that she has maybe the best down heavy in the game, because it's just big range. Like, a lot of people, they can like short hop down heavy, sure, right? Thula can do it from a lot further away for the ground bounce than a lot of the rest of the cast. Add to the fact she's always going to be plus on block while doing it. So you also have to worry about pretty far away ground bouncing instant overheads that are plus on block as well. So Thula has got the whole range. I haven't even gone to her specials yet. She's got the whole range thing down. So for specials, some like her twirl, spin the wind, it is purely combo fodder. She does have effectively Scorpion Spear. If you hit at the tip, it won't do much damage, but it will bring the enemy in, which is, you know, most of the battle realistically. So like, that's really good. And it's completely safe at the ranges you'd want to use it at. And also is airborne as well. And she has an uppercut style move. This is not an anti-air. This is meant to be a launcher. As the enhanced version, after you connect with it, is jump cancelable, FYI. But don't worry, you can do it in the air as well. And it's very low to the ground, hits from pretty far away. And although the timing can be a little difficult, it can be made to be a very ambiguous cross-up. So, Thula, like, if you like buttons, if you like controlling space without just necessarily being fireballs, right? Thula's got a lot of that. She can meticulously just chip away at people in ways and ranges not a lot of the cast can do much about, other than just kind of work their way in. Her damage doesn't appear to be crazy high, but when you have such a distinct range advantage over the most of the cast, it doesn't need to be real. And as far as assists go, her neutral assist is that Scorpion Spear, so good range, brings people in. It won't be the highest damage, but as long as you're mildly on the ball, if you see the hit, get a conversion, sure. And her back assist is the twirl, and that'll hold people in place for a good while. It'll launch them, and then just Bob's your uncle. So Thula is not a zoner in the classical sense, but like the fact that you're eating so many instant overheads so fast, like the fact that you have to worry about blocking low so easily, like she can do the whole 50-50 overhead low thing in a different and annoying way from much further away than a lot of the rest of the cast.
Too weak to live! Consider this mercy!
Going to Battle Beast. So Battle Beast is a character you pick if you want to dumb the game down a little bit. All that fancy movement we talked about for, you know, a lot of the cast, like gateway, air dash, all that kind of fun stuff. Battle Beast can't even double jump, let alone 8-way air dash or anything like that. He ain't got no fancy movement. He's a big old cat and he's got a big old stick. What he does have in lieu of fast movement is perhaps the overall most amount of super armor of like any character in the game. The amount of super armor this character has is ridiculous. Every move has super armor to some degree. Maybe it has to be enhanced, but like everything has super armor. His charged mediums have super armor. He just has a lot of armor, and some of it's very ignorant. Because again, in this game, special moves can chain into normals. So many of his moves can just start a combo. Like you armor through it and you get more than the armor. You get a full combo. Especially because some of these moves, like this guy here, where he puts his arm to guard up and then hits, at most ranges, this is safe on block. So if this disconnects, if you eat a hit, it's just launcher time. We got charging forward specials, which of course also kind of skip neutral because, you know, you don't feel like playing the game proper. There you go, right? That's an option on the table. And of course, the enhanced version just is that with armor from even further away. Like, again, he's definitely slower. He doesn't have an easy way in other than maybe boost dashing. It has no air dash. But he does have the pipe. So his down heavy, you may have seen it in some other games and years gone by. Let's put it that way, right? It's an overhead. It's an instantaneous ground bounce. You can do it off short hop. So they got to be ready to block overhead really fast, which helps because his crouch medium actually is a supremely long range low. So that actually helps out quite a bit. But yeah, so ignorant buttons, basically. Ignorant buttons. Off a short hop, it's usually not plus on block. It has to be off a full jump. So if you're looking to surprise people with scam with the fastest overhead possible, it won't be that. Then it won't be everything on block if it does get blocked. But still, if you're looking for a combo starter that leaves you safe because you're airborne and just gives you the world, he has the pipe. Honestly, Battle Beast is not much of a mystery. Like, he's got good range, ways to charge in, ways to play defensively with the super armor, ways to charge in with the super armor, and he's got the belligerent pipe, which is worth his weight in gold. Looking to dumb the game down a bit, he's the guy. Now, as far as his assist goes, his regular assist, he will appear a little bit ahead of you. It's nice because it does just bounce by itself, like no meter needed. So if you see it hit, like, it's combo. Like, you don't got to stress, right? It's a combo by itself. The back assist is him just charging forward from full screen. Before the game's launch, I might have not gotten this nerfed. It used to have super armor, and then I abused the hell out of it, and now it doesn't have super armor anymore. But assist-wise, he's pretty average, but like there's a very specific reason and appeal to play this character. It's because he turns blue with armor a lot, and he donks you in the head with the pipe.
Let me show you what the elements can do. You won't escape!
Elemental is all new to Invincible Versus. So to find out her deal, you're gonna have to play the story mode. But yeah, she's not in the comic, she's not in the show. She's all new for the game. And she could be a bit of an avatar of all four elements, if you will. You can see wind here, earth, fire, water. Like, she can do the whole shebang, right? And she's another one of the game's zoners, although she does it in a little bit of a different way. So when it comes to the active zoning, right, she has two main projectiles. A quick water shot, which is meant to be just a quick harassing tool, and I think that is actually very solid, but it is holdable. And the holdable shot has a big jet of water, and that will crumple the opponent. And if you enhance it, it becomes the beam right away, like no charge time at all. And if you charge that, then that becomes a wall bounce, and everything is there okay. So pretty standard, right? But then the non-standard comes in the flame projectile. This is the bouncing ball. This may trigger some flashbacks to Street Fighter you may not be comfortable with, as a lot of people tend to not like bouncing projectiles. And yes, this does bounce on block, by the way, so you're still worrying about it. And the enhanced version is just better. Like, it has way more chip damage. So you can just toss it out, and if it connects, you can boost dash your way in and just keep comboing, right? And yes, this is also good in the air as well. Has 2 over 3 specials, so zone 1, zone 2. And the other one is help with some counter zoning. So she can just place a rock up and it just chills. So at minimum, it'll block a shot for you, right? So you can like set it up, and then while that blocks their projectile, you shoot them with your projectile, you know, Fireball War 101. It is also a bit of impassable terrain for the opponent. If they walk into it, they'll be hit by it. Also, when you cast it, you can also immediately shatter it if you're looking to use it as like a combo fodder move. So basically set up shop, then like start doing your thing and start tossing your own projectiles. It's very welcome as an idea for Elemental. And you can do it in the air as well. And if you enhance it, it's just bigger rock, and it's out there for a decent amount longer as well. So some zoning 101, right? And like her normals are a decent size here, especially like stand heavy. One of the fun things though is her mediums are all flame normals, and her flame normals, even if it's not a lot, they do chip damage. So that's very interesting. It's not going to amount to a lot, but you know, a little bit could necessarily win the match. So you never know, so might as well take it. And many of these are chargeable, like charge stand medium. Now it becomes a smaller range projectile. Same thing with the aerial version of down medium. Charge down medium has a bit of a vacuum effect that she's using the air as well to pull you in. Also file her under another zoner with a dive kick. I'm not sure why there's so many, but they seem to like it, so we'll do it. Give them all the zoning they can handle. The various charge moves also, if they hit, are very good, because like jump down charge medium will bring them into you. The charge medium on the ground will wall bounce them, and you can cancel that into the full charge version of the water, and that is a 2-hit combo, and that crumbles. So you can see it hit, get the full charge, like dash in and do whatever combo. Yeah, so good movement, good buttons. Interesting that she has chip on normals, which is definitely not normal for the game. She can set up some defensive barriers while she's setting up her zoning game. So a little bit of zoner 101. Interesting as an assist. So her back assist is the bouncing fireball, and that's the EX version, so useful in every conceivable way you can imagine, right? The only downside is it'll have like a longer cooldown. And the regular assist, she sets up the rock. So you now have this to play around with. So if you want like lots of rocks on screen, I guess you can do it. But yeah, it gives you, whatever your point character may be, a strong defensive or screen control option you definitely wouldn't otherwise have. So overall, she's definitely an interesting pick.
This is what I'm here for! I'm going to enjoy this!
Conquest is a big old bully. So yeah, he's a little thick, he's a little older, don't get it confused. He's got those 8-way air dashes just like all the Viltrumites. He's got that movement, right? So he is getting in. And he can do weird little mix-ups too, like with things like his charge down medium. Like it can hit cross-ups in weird angles you would just not think is a cross-up. Or maybe it won't, right? It can be really ambiguous. But here's the thing about Conquest. He's getting in, and you are not stopping him. Like, one of his specials is just this simple. Like, if I did it right beside you, this looks like a punch, whatever, right? But as you build up more steam, he will build super armor as he approaches, and eventually that punch will also turn into a crumple. So, he's gonna get in. That's one way to get in. Now, it's not the safest on block, depending on the character you're fighting, so you gotta watch out, but you can also attack early. So you can get that armor, then attack a little bit early, and then with the pushback, then it will be safe on block. But then again, you can do the enhanced version, and the armor just starts up immediately, and it's always safe on block. So you can just scream in from full screen with armor, and just work in. And if it connects, hey, combo time, right? So that's great. And he has another super as well, one of his 2 supers. The armor just starts up right away. It's almost reminiscent of a certain Doskoi master. And yeah, he'll just fly in full screen with super armor. That's what he does. He flies in full screen with super armor because it's difficult to stop the Conquest. Also, a fun thing about his supers, the other level 1 super, it does damage based on distance. So it'll always corner you no matter what, then throw you out of the corner. But the further you are away from the corner, the more he drags you, the more damage it does. So here, look at the damage. And it's a little great, I'm not gonna lie. But if we can go screen to screen here, the damage like doubles, if not more. So it's screen matters super, which I find pretty interesting. But yeah, so okay. So he's getting in no matter what. We already established that with various moves. But people are still gonna try to zone him out. Sure. Might not always work, but you can try. But he also has counter zoning tools. So he has this move here where he tosses the wind, and then if you hit the button again, it'll toss his own projectile. So the wind toss negates projectiles, and the idea is it'll put you ahead in a zoning war because you're negating a projectile, then tossing one of your own after the fact. So you're just that much further ahead on how it all works. So if for whatever reason people are tossing stuff your way you can't necessarily deal with it easily, then this is another way to deal with it. Also, the projectile is pretty wide. It can hit people standing. So it's like Omni Man's projectile in that way. Don't do it to win zoning wars like by itself. This is not how you zone people out, but it's an interesting tool to counter zone people that want to try to zone you. And just a reminder that every now and then he can still reach out and touch you even if he's not quite beside you. And so, okay, that's, you know, working from full screen to close and just actually being full screen tossing projectiles. Mid screen though, his charge medium's really good. So it starts up fairly fast, advantage on block, does get armor, and it's the big old Viltrumite stab. So if this connects, combo time. Also keeping with the bullying, so charge down M. So the thing about this is, it's not the fastest slow you're ever going to see, but it does bounce the enemy if it connects. But the armor starts really quick on this move, and it lasts basically till the move is over. So if you're looking to just abuse that armor on another plus on block move, then this is a really good way to go about it, because again, this is plus on block and it has tons of super armor, and the armor starts real early. He also has an uppercut, although the base uppercut is the kind of uppercut that's for like damage, because you can jump cancel afterwards, just like keep combos without going all the way for the down heavy launcher. But the enhanced version also just a lot of super armor, just bullying his way in. So if you're feeling pressured, this is a good way to go about it, because some of the other super armor moves need momentum to build up first, right? This is just quick hit right away, armor right away. As far as assist goes, they're a little basic. His regular assist is just a launcher, so if it connects, it will bounce, right? So you can get combos, and that is nice. His back assist is whee! He goes in from full screen just like he does with his regular move. The one issue with that, you don't keep that armor though, right? So it's definitely not as useful. So the assists are a little so he's probably better served as the point character, but considering as a point character, he can literally just get in whenever he wants, call assists later, counter zone, get in, like whatever you want. It's difficult to impede Conquest on his mission forward. So that screams point character to me with, especially his great movement. And that is the roster of Invincible versus on launch day. So we do have a season pass. We'll be getting more characters over time. And I'm sure they'll have their own unique playstyles. But right now, the launch roster kind of has something for everybody. Like we got zoners, we got rushdown, we got mixed-ups, we got big boy characters with super armor. We only have one actual grappler at the time. I'm sure that can change with DLC. Because it is a bit weird, because it says some characters are grapplers like Monster Girl in their description. They are not a grappler, like at all. But them's the breaks, I guess. But still, yeah, overall, good roster for the game. Big roster for the game at launch. You can definitely form a team of whatever suits you for your playstyle, because pretty much every playstyle has some representation to work with. So you just got to figure out what works for you. If you've made it this far, please leave a like. It does help a lot. And other than that, well, that's it for the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Invincible versus.
Love